Hello and welcome to an unusual edition of Full Throttle. Today we have an event coordinator for racing, Steve Schmidt. How are you?
Doing well. How about you, Justin?
Oh, can't complain.
Good,
So
good. Thanks for having
Steve,
me on today.
yeah, Steve, tell us a little bit about what it means to you, the name of the event, please, and what it means to you to be the head honcho.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'm the head honcho or not, but the event that we have is the 29th annual evening for race fans. Again, kind of tells you we've been doing this for a long time, but with being the 29th annual, this year we have Christopher Bell as our featured guest. This event's held in St. Henry, Ohio, which is about 8 miles north of Eldora Speedway, is where we hold the event at Rummer's Catering. And basically, we've been doing this event through the years to raise money for our local hospice organizations. It's also benefits the Salina Mercer County Chamber, who organizes the event along with me. Um, again, it's an event that's been going on for a lot of years. Again, we're fortunate this year. It's January 25th in St. Henry, Ohio. Christopher Bell's our headline guest, but we also have Levi Jones, who obviously a great racer in his day with many time USAC champion and now the general manager of Eldora Speedway. He'll be there with us. We also have Creed Kennemal, who's an up and coming sprint car driver. His dad is Chad Kennemal, former all-star champion many times, and somebody that's been inducted in the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. So got a good lineup of guests. Basically, the event again is held January 25th in St. Henry, Ohio. Um, we start out with an autograph session beginning at 4:30. We follow up with a great meal prepared by the Romer's Catering, where we host the event. So we have a nice buffet meal. Then we get into interviews with our guests and just really nice program. It's once we get into the program, Mike King, who was at one time the radio voice of Indy 500 for a number of years, and now still does some broadcasting and has his own radio show over in the Terre Haute, Indiana area. He's been our MC or of the event for the past 20. I think this is his 25th consecutive year that he's been our MC for the event. So it's a really professionally put together event, and the cool thing about it is probably 75, maybe even 80, 85% of the people in that room that night. And we typically could get 500 to 600 people. The majority of them have been coming for 20 plus years, but we always like to have newbies. So we're always looking for new people to come to the event. And I appreciate you letting me tell you a little bit about today. A little bit more history. In the past, we had, so last year we had Clint Boyer. The year before that, Chase Briscoe. We've had Tony Stewart a couple of years. We've had guys like Bill Elliott and Rusty Wallace. Way back in the day, we started out with Benny Parsons in '94 and had great other guests like Bobby Allison and Harry Gant and Sterling Marlin. You name it, we pretty much had the who's who and motorsports when it comes to NASCAR side of things. And we really kind of focused more toward the dirt side the last few years. I mean, obviously Christopher is a stellar star in NASCAR, but he's got the dirt track background, very successful in that. Same thing when we had Chase Briscoe and with Tony Stewart. One year we had Jack Hewitt and Rico Abreu as our guests. Another year we had Steve Kinzer and Dave Darland. So we've had a diversity of guests through the years.
So I guess what does this mean to you to help out with it? You
A
might
lot.
not.
I mean, it's we raise money for a good purpose. We don't. It's not like this is the most. I see some events where they raise incredible amounts of money every year. Over the 29 years, going into our 29th year, we've raised about $350,000 in that time. So slow but sure, we raise money for the local hospice organizations, which to me is very important. We also allow race fans to get up and close with drivers and racing personalities that they never would have had to, would never had the opportunity to do. The autograph sessions, the interviews are very in-depth, very intimate type setting that we're at. So you really get to get some firsthand knowledge of these guys and what makes them tick. So, you know, just the fact that, again, probably, like I said, the large percentage of our people have been coming to this event for 20 plus years. It just really, it's like a reunion of people every year. And that's really a cool field for me that I get to be part and help put this together. And when I see the reaction we get from the people that are in the crowd, how much they enjoy it. They enjoy just seeing each other once a year because that's some of these people, you know, they're people from Michigan and Ohio and all over the place that come to this thing, Indiana, and you know, they see them once a year. It's like, you know, they become friends because of this event, and all that is important to me. And I'm a lifelong race fan. You know, I'm in my 60s. I've been going to Eldora since 1961 or 62. So I grew up in going to races, and it's probably the sport I'm most passionate about from a spectator standpoint. So it's just fun to see people enjoy it and get to really experience things they wouldn't have got the opportunity if we didn't put this event together. And I feel like we're very blessed that we get the chance to do this each and every year.
Yeah, I feel very blessed that I get to interview people uh like racing personalities,
Mm-hmm.
now event personnel like yourself.
Well,
But
I don't know if you're blessed to interview me, but I appreciate you saying that.
yeah,
Uh,
um, but no, honestly, t talk about how excited you are to have Christopher Bell as your main guest.
well, you know, Christopher is a real, you know, I watched again being somebody that's always gone to Eldora. I saw Christopher. You know, he's won in five different types of race cars at Eldora. You know, he won the NASCAR truck race there. He's won in the midgets, USAC midget, USAC Silver Crown car, World Outlaw sprint car, a 360 sprint car. He's had that. He's won in all those types of cars at Eldora. I watch him, you know, being again, he raced a lot in the Ohio area when he was kind of cutting his teeth, moving up into the sport. And so to be able to have somebody that we watch progress through his career and now being successful as he has been in NASCAR and now being able to race back on the dirt again, seeing what he did at Tulsa last weekend in the shootout and all that, and have an opportunity to talk to him personally a couple of times. He's a great young man. He's going to be a fun guest, and it's just neat to see somebody that, again, a very humble individual. So we're really excited that Christopher has agreed to be our guest this year, and he's been terrific to work with. You know, sometimes with some of these guys are so busy they don't. You know, if you send them a text or you try to call them, you don't get a real quick response. Christopher is incredible how quick how well he's responded and helped me out with some things as far as promoting this event. So really excited to to have him there and for him to share his story about how he came up in the sport with everybody. I know it's going to be a great event. And if I may, so I don't forget, you know, people are interested. And I realize, you know, your listeners come from probably all over the country and maybe other countries, but for the people who are within, you know, 2 or 3 hours of Eldora Speedway, it's an event that you ought to really consider coming to on January 25th. It starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can order tickets by calling the Sligo County Chamber office. That number is 419-586-2219. Again, 419-586-2219. To get a little bit more of a flavor for our event, we have a Facebook page called Chamber Race Night. We've been doing posts on that. People, I would invite them to follow that, and that will give you more details of our event as well. Again, it's Chamber Race Night is the name of the Facebook page, and the phone number 419-586-2219. You can order tickets Monday through Fridays, and all tickets have to be purchased in advance. There's no ticket sales at the door. The event starts 4 o'clock on that Saturday. If people would need to stay overnight because it's a little bit far to travel, there's a hotel right on site as well that they can walk across the parking lot to the event if they want lodging. So I hope people would be interested in attending this event. Again, we've got a limited number of seats available yet, and if you're a race fan and you're within 2 or 3 hours, we have people that come from further than that. Last year I think we had people from New York, from Tennessee. When I go back and I look at the different addresses that we worked with, they come from a long distance. It's worth the drive.
Well, thank you, Steve, for coming on today and talking about something that's passionate to you
Mhm.
about this event. I hope you have a good, successful event this year, and you've been absolutely great to work with.
Well, Justin, I want to thank you for reaching out to us. This interview wouldn't have happened if you didn't reach out to us. I've watched some of your videos, and I'm now a follower of you on the YouTube. I have to admit, I wasn't familiar with you until now, but I went back and looked at some of your interviews, like specifically your interview with Joe Gibbs. That was fantastic, and I am a fan of yours now too. So we'll continue to follow you, and I'll do what I can do. Can't make any promises, but maybe I can find some guests for you along the way. If I can, I will do what I can to help get those set up with you as well. So
Yeah, we
thank you so much. You're a really great guy.
we appreciate it at Full Follow. This has been a special edition Kelly event edition of Full Follow. Goodbye, everyone.